take a couple of seconds to introduce yourself to the public.
Good evening. My name is Millard Fillmore. I have led this nation through its tough times over the last few years, and I'm willing to do so again. As my party name indicates, I know nothing, except for what the American people want. We want to stop the Catholics from taking over our country, and I want to build a wall to stop these immigrants. And believe me, it's going to be huge. With your vote, I will make America great again.
I'm John Charles Fremont. I have preserved the 2,500-mile trek to the Golden Land, where my hard work and dedication has gotten me to this debate for today. I can make America better because I am filthy rich. I don't need no super PAC behind me for me to fulfill my duty. Those corrupt institutions are for Fillmore.
I'm James Buchanan. I've served 5 terms in the House of Representatives and 10 years on the Senate. I've also served as the minister to Russia. I also acted as Secretary of State under the presidency of Polk and minister to Britain during the presidency of Pierce. I am highly experienced and highly skilled with a lot of cash to boot, and I know what America needs.
All right, now you'll have to answer some questions. Let's start with you, Mr. Fillmore. Would you say that your views are more Democratic or more Republican?
Good question. My views don't align either with the Democrats or the Republicans. I am a representative of the Americans, or the Know Nothing Party, because I know nothing, and neither do the Americans.
If you elect me, I can promise you that I'll keep a sectional balance.
Mr. Buchanan.
I can make everyone happy. People like me.
Mr. Buchanan, that question was not addressed to you. Now, Mr. Fillmore, I heard you mention something about a wall earlier. Could you elaborate on that?
Sure. I believe that our country is plagued by both immigrants and Catholics. If you elect me to be president, I'll build a wall between us and the immigrants, and we will ban Catholicism.
When you say the immigrants, who are you referring to? You can't possibly expect to cut off all immigration to the United States.
Anyone who doesn't have white skin. Oh, and that's where you're wrong, pal. My wall is going to surround the whole country. No one's getting in, no one's getting out. The only way it could go wrong is if someone were to invent some sort of airborne machine that could get them over the wall. But that doesn't exist. It's 1856. Plus, the American people are capable of producing everything our country could ever need. Because America is the greatest country in the entire world.
Let's move to Mr. Buchanan. What role do you think the Supreme Court should play?
Glad you asked. The Supreme Court should be able to interpret constitutional laws, and the people should accept the court's rulings. This may seem a bit extreme, but I can confirm that the Supreme Court justices are ready and willing to make our nation successful.
Now, Mr. Buchanan, you made a few decisions in office that angered many Northerners. Can you promise Northerners that you will respect their opinions?
I'm helping the Northerners. They just don't realize it. They don't need to worry about my decisions because I'm going to make America great again.
Okay. Mr. Fremont, I'm going to ask you some questions now. You have a strong anti-slavery stance that's angering a lot of Southerners. Do you want to defend your position?
This is an outrageous question. Be aware right now that I could buy you 5 times over if I wanted to. Now I'm going to answer that question because people need to know what my stance is. I become president, the country will abolish slavery because it is a blight on our society. Frankly, I don't care what the Southerners think because they are blinded by their dependence on slaves. Vote for me and I will bring universal freedom to America, and that is the way the founding fathers of our country intended.
That will conclude our presidential debate. Thank you all for being here.
Go. All right, boss, I'm here to clock in. Hey, that's my shift. What are you doing here? I'm supposed to be doing this job. Go on, what do you have to say for yourself? You know how to English? Freaking immigrant taking my job. I bet he pays you less too. Well, I've had it. I'm done with this. I got a family to support, and I'm going somewhere where I'm respected. Well, what is going on here? Where are you from? Mexico? Immigrants like this say they're the backbone of our country. In reality, they need to go back to where they came from. I'm Millard Fillmore, and I approve this message because I need your vote for this 1856 election to get immigrants like those out of here and get John Tyler his job back. Thank you. Mr. Fremont, I finished my 18 hours of continuous labor today. Is there anything else you may need, sir?
Actually, what's your name, son?
My name is Cecil. Cecil Gaines the Sixth.
No, Cecil. I've been noticing that the last 2 years you've been working really hard in this household. I'm gonna let you be free now.
Say what?
You're gonna be free. I explain that. Here's
This will last my family for years. Thank you, sir.
America today needs to get rid of slavery because it is only for the prosperity of our nation. Vote for me, John C. Fremont, and I will make sure that this happens throughout America.
Mr. Buchanan, this is Daniel Smith from Harper's Weekly. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. So, just a few questions. What are you reading there?
I'm reading the Holy Bible. I find it inspires me and gives me strength.
Oh, really? That's interesting. What's your favorite verse?
I can do all things through God who strengthens me.
Wow. Very interesting, very unique.
Yes.
So, did you know you're leading in the straw polls throughout our nation?
That's wonderful news. It's probably due to my heavy experience as a politician.
Wow.
I can promise you one thing, America. If you vote for me, I will be an experienced politician. I will lead our country. I've served 5 terms in the House of Representatives, and I've served 10 years in the Senate. So vote for James Buchanan, and you'll have a great president to lead a great nation.
This message was not staged in any way, shape, or form.
The year is 1858. Lincoln and Douglas are having a fierce debate on the Senate floor. Both wish to be elected to the United States Senate from Illinois. Lincoln is anti-slavery and Douglas is pro-slavery.
My name is Abraham Lincoln, and it is clear to me that we cannot continue to run our government as we do now. How is it possibly logical to split our country into two, with one side supporting slavery and one side supporting abolition? A house divided cannot stand. We as a country must take the higher moral ground and abolish the abominable institution of slavery. How can a country founded on equality ever be taken seriously if it openly encourages the enslavement of blacks? This much is clear to me. The Union will not be destroyed. It will unify under one choice. Make sure it's the right choice.
I would like to introduce a topic that Mr. Lincoln has battled me on time and time again, and that is the 3630 line ruling. Many territories wish to introduce slavery into their borders, but they are restricted by this ruling. Lincoln wishes for the ruling to remain unchanged. However, I believe that these people should be able to let their local governments choose whether or not their territory will allow slavery. The people are the ones who should be making the choice, not Lincoln or the Supreme Court. The people are the ones that must mid that land to support their fellow neighbors and family. The people are the ones charged with creating their prosperity, to allow them to achieve it. It is only the people who can truly make the choice to become a slave state or a free state under the Nebraska bill. And if they deem slavery necessary to their well-being, then who are the Supreme Court justices to deny them that necessity? Is that answer acceptable to Mr. Lincoln?
Mr. Douglas, please do not insult me by asking a question that you already know the answer to. We cannot undermine the integrity of our nation by destroying the careful system of checks and balances that we have established. The Supreme Court exists to deem the constitutionality of our country's laws. If we remove this ability, we remove a major ability to put checks on laws, and we open the door for destructive legislature and corruption. Not only do you wish to do this to our country, but you also wish to destroy the values of our great nation by allowing the willful removal of the rights of Americans. Slaves are people. They have inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness just like any other American citizen. How can we deny them these rights and continue to call ourselves American? Congress will pressure me. I'll say no. The white landowners will pressure me, and I'll say no. But Senator Douglas, read my lips. No more slavery.
Mr. Lincoln, can you cite any reference of slavery in the Constitution? I would say that you can, because the Founding Fathers never accounted for slavery in the Constitution. Need I remind you of the importance of slavery to our nation? It is the foundation of Southern society. Removing it would severely cripple the economy of the Union. I know that you may not accept slavery, but it is necessary to the survival of our Union, and that is something that I know that you desire. I will not condone the destruction of our nation, and that is exactly what you are claiming to desire with these radical abolitionist ideals.